This debate was about two polarised views on Europe. Should we be in or should we be out? Immigration has been a running sore in this debate, and it came as no surprise when it was the first issue to provoke a heated debate between the two men.
It says here that 29 million Romanians and Bulgarians may come to this country. There aren't even 29 million Romanians and Bulgarians living in Romania and Bulgaria. It is simply not true.
You try to do trickery with the 29 million, saying there aren't 29. You know why? Because 2 million have left already, and they've gone to Italy and to Spain.
It was not long before Clegg and Farage clashed again. This time it was on another incendiary topic, human rights, and the ability of British courts to deport foreign criminals to face trial in their home country.
We finish up with a ridiculous situation where we can't deport an Italian mafia boss back to Italy because under his human rights the jails there aren't up to an acceptable standard. It's time we got back to the principle of liberty and freedom and forgot about European human rights.
Since criminals cross borders, we must cross borders too to make our streets safe.
Their views on Europe were not the only point of difference between Mr Clegg and Mr Farage. Their styles were different too. Clegg relied on statistics and facts.
And look, you'll hear from Nigel Farage say, 75% of our laws. No, actually the House of Commons has shown that roughly 7% of all new laws are related to the European Union.
But Mr Farage was at his best when he was at his most animated. A question on the Ukraine's desire to join the EU prompted one of his most passionate answers.
We've given a full series of hopes to a group of people in the western Ukraine, so G'd up were they, that they actually toppled their own elected leader. That provoked Mr Putin, and I think the European Union, frankly, does have blood on its hands in the Ukraine, and I don't want a European army, navy, air force, or a European foreign policy. It has not been a thing for good in the Ukraine.
So who came out on top?
I think that, Farage played his part, and good luck to him, but it was right, I think, at the end to call it in Nick's favour.
The central argument that the Lib Dems make is that 3 million jobs will be lost in the UK should we leave the EU, and that was actually cut up pretty badly by Farage.
A poll published immediately after the debate agreed with that verdict. Victory belonged to Nigel, but Nick Clegg may still benefit. The real test will come in May when voters go to the polls in the European elections. But for now the debate is open. Listen to LBC for all the reaction in the coming days.